Hello everyone, and welcome to a new educational video on common collocations. Collocations are combinations of words that frequently go together, making our speech and writing sound more natural and fluent. Today, we'll explore some of the most common collocations, provide example sentences, and practice using them in context. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how to use these word combinations effectively. Additionally, we've included comprehension questions to help reinforce your learning. So, let's get started on this journey to mastering collocations. The importance of learning common collocations. Fluency and naturalness make speech and writing sound more like a native speaker. Improved comprehension enhances understanding of spoken and written language. Effective communication reduces misunderstandings and clarifies messages. Enhanced vocabulary expands and deepens vocabulary usage. Cultural insight provides insight into cultural norms and usage. Better writing skills improves coherence and quality of writing. Time efficiency speeds up language learning by learning chunks. Reading and listening proficiency aids in quicker, more accurate comprehension. Confidence building boosts confidence in language use. Overview. Ask common collocations. Examples: reading stories, interactive questions, matching questions, sentence completion questions, multiple choice questions. Common collocations. Ask. Let's begin with set 1 of Ask collocations. These are essential phrases for everyday English. We'll look at examples and practice using them. Let's dive in. Ask a question. Ask for help. Ask permission. Ask advice. Ask directions. Ask for a favor. Ask for forgiveness. Ask for guidance. Ask for clarification. Ask someone out.
Examples. During the lecture, students were encouraged to ask a question if they needed further explanation. Don't hesitate to ask for help if you're struggling with the assignment. You should always ask permission before borrowing someone's belongings. Before making any major decisions, it's wise to ask advice from a trusted mentor. We got lost in the city, so we had to ask directions from a passerby. I need to ask for a favor. Could you water my plants while I'm away? After the argument, Maria decided to ask for forgiveness from her friend. The new employee didn't hesitate to ask for guidance from her supervisor. If the instructions are unclear, ask for clarification to avoid mistakes. John finally gathered the courage to ask someone out for a coffee.
The curious newcomer. Sophie was new to her workplace and determined to make a good impression. On her first day, she didn't hesitate to ask a question during the onboarding session, which earned her some appreciative nods from the trainer. As she navigated her first tasks, she realized she needed to ask for help from her team to understand the workflow. During lunch, Sophie decided to ask permission from her manager to leave a bit early the next day for a doctor's appointment. Her colleagues, noticing her enthusiasm, suggested she ask advice from the team lead on handling a complex project. Later in the day, Sophie got lost in the large office building and had to ask directions to find the meeting room. While there, she bravely decided to ask for a favor from a senior colleague to review her draft presentation. On her way home, Sophie called her best friend to ask for forgiveness for missing her birthday dinner the previous week due to work. She also didn't shy away from calling her mentor to ask for guidance on balancing her new responsibilities. The next day, during a training session, Sophie raised her hand to ask for clarification on a technical concept. By the end of her first week, she even worked up the courage to ask someone out for a coffee, her friendly cubicle neighbor, Emma, who had been incredibly supportive.
Matching questions. Match the scenarios with the correct phrases. Ask directions. Ask someone out. Ask permission. Ask a question. Ask for clarification. When you need help understanding something, you should always blank. It's polite to blank before borrowing someone's belongings. If you're lost, don't hesitate to blank from someone nearby. At the end of the meeting, Lily decided to blank to clear up any confusion. Carlos finally worked up the courage to blank on a date.
Let's continue. Let's begin with set 2 of Ask Collocations. These are essential phrases for everyday English. We'll look at examples and practice using them. Let's dive in. Ask the way. Ask for more. Ask about someone. Ask around. Ask for trouble. Ask for a solution. Ask politely. Ask for support. Ask for a raise. Ask for a recommendation.
Examples. When we couldn't find the museum, we decided to ask the way from a shopkeeper. If you're still hungry, don't be shy to ask for more food. Every time we meet, Rose asks about someone from my childhood I hardly remember. I lost my wallet at the park, so I started to ask around if anyone had seen it. Driving in the rain without headlights is just asking for trouble. During the meeting, the team asked for a solution to the supply chain issues. If you ask politely, people are usually willing to help you. David wrote to the organization to ask for support for his charity event. After completing the big project, Clara felt it was the right time to ask for a raise. When applying for the job, Henry decided to ask for a recommendation from his former professor.
The charity event dilemma. Liam was organizing his first charity event and wanted everything to go smoothly. On his way to the venue, he had to ask the way from a local vendor as his GPS had stopped working. When he arrived, he realized he had underestimated the number of chairs and had to ask for more from the venue staff. While setting up, he took a moment to ask about someone who was supposed to help him but hadn't shown up yet. Realizing they might have forgotten, he began to ask around if anyone could cover for them. As the event began, one of the microphones stopped working. Liam joked that it felt like he was asking for trouble by relying on outdated equipment. During the Q&A session, he had to quickly ask for a solution from the technician to fix the issue. When thanking the sponsors, Liam made sure to ask politely if they could continue their support for future events. Earlier in the day, he had also reached out to local businesses to ask for support in the form of donations or volunteers, which had helped tremendously in pulling everything together. At the end of the event, Liam built up the courage to ask for a raise from his boss, considering the effort he had put in. Later, when writing thank you notes, he didn't forget to ask for a recommendation from one of the attendees who was an influential figure in the charity world.
Sentence completion questions. Read the sentences below and fill in the blanks with the correct collocations from the list. Ask about someone, asking for trouble, ask for more, ask for a solution, ask the way, ask for a recommendation, ask someone out. 1. Before making a big career decision, you should blank from a mentor. 2. If you are unsure about the right path to take, don't hesitate to blank. 3. During the meeting, Jane made sure to blank about a missing team member. 4. It's always better to blank if you need more resources for a project. 5. Mark knew that blaming the boss for the mistake was like blank. 6. To solve the technical issue quickly, the manager decided to blank from the IT team.
Let's carry on. Let's begin with set 3 of Ask Collocations. These are essential phrases for everyday English. We'll look at examples and practice using them. Let's dive in. Ask for assistance. Ask for directions. Ask for approval. Ask for a refund. Ask a favor of someone. Ask for time. Ask about an issue. Ask a lot of questions. Ask someone to join. Ask someone to leave.
Examples. If your computer crashes, you can ask for assistance from the IT department. We stopped by the gas station to ask for directions to the hotel. Before starting the new campaign, the manager had to ask for approval from the director. The product was damaged, so I went back to the store to ask for a refund. It's not easy to ask a favor of someone you barely know. The defendant asked for more time to prepare their case. During the meeting, Violet asked about an issue that had been bothering her for weeks. Young children are naturally curious and tend to ask a lot of questions. We're forming a study group and would like to ask someone to join us. The manager had no choice but to ask someone to leave due to their disruptive behavior.
The apartment troubles. Ella had just moved into a new apartment, and things weren't going as smoothly as she'd hoped. When her sink started leaking, she had to ask for assistance from the building's handyman. While out shopping for furniture, she stopped to ask for directions to a nearby home store. Later, she sent an email to the property manager to ask for approval for adding a small bookshelf to her balcony. Unfortunately, she also had to ask for a refund on a faulty lamp she'd purchased online. Ella wasn't one to hesitate when she needed help, so she decided to ask a favor of someone, her neighbor, who kindly helped her carry a heavy box upstairs. Meanwhile, she contacted her landlord to ask for time to pay her rent, as some moving expenses had thrown her budget off track. The next day, at work, Ella couldn't help but ask about an issue with a project deadline, as the instructions weren't clear. During a brainstorming session, she took the lead and began to ask a lot of questions to make sure the team stayed on track. Finally, back at her apartment, she felt proud of herself for having the confidence to ask someone to join her for coffee, a potential new friend in the neighborhood, and tactfully ask someone to leave when an uninvited salesperson knocked at her door.
Multiple choice questions. Read the sentences and circle the correct one. 1. When unsure how to solve a problem, it's a good idea to blank. A. Ask for approval. B. Ask for a refund. C. Ask for assistance. 2. The customer wasn't satisfied with the product, so they decided to blank. A. Ask for a refund. B. Ask for directions. C. Ask someone to join. 3. Before making major changes to the project, Anna needed to blank. A. Ask for time. B. Ask for approval. C. Ask someone to leave. 4. Tyler realized he was running late, so he had to blank. A. Ask for directions. B. Ask about an issue. C. Ask for a favor of someone. 5. During the team discussion, the new employee was encouraged to blank. A. Ask someone to leave. B. Ask for a refund. C. Ask a lot of questions. 6. To finish the task on time, the manager decided to blank. A. Ask for time. B. Ask someone to join. C. Ask someone to leave.
Thank you for joining this educational video on common collocations. We hope you now have a clearer understanding of how to use these essential word combinations. Remember, the key to mastering collocations is practice and exposure. Continue to read, listen, and use these collocations in your daily communication. Don't forget to test your understanding by answering the comprehension questions. If you have any questions or need further clarification, feel free to reach out in the comments below. Keep practicing, and you'll see your language skills improve in no time. Have a great day, and happy learning!